are trapped inside. Especially the guys who don't get food to eat in this day and age. The migrant workers and guys who work on daily wages are really struggling. So there's so many things happening, so many amazing people doing such a great job. But it's good to see. It's good to see the human side really coming up, because that's the only option we have right now. No ego, no sort of manipulations anywhere. People just trying to help people in need, and there's always a silver lining to all of this. And I can truly see that. That many people reaching out and making an effort and risking their lives to help others is quite an amazing thing to see in such a crisis situation. So yeah, hopefully we are on the right path as well. I don't think that we're going to get to jog outside and all that anytime soon. I think you guys are luckier that way, and the condition seems much better than what it is here. But yeah, hopefully in time we should be able to do that as well.
Look, I might not be 100% accurate, but the way I've got it is that we will be allowed to jog at least from next week. But I might be wrong before people get on my case. But Virat, I don't know what you feel like. It almost feels like surreal, It feels like I'm part of a big movie here. But it is real with the virus. But the nice thing about a big movie is there's always opportunity. There's always a hero, and there's always opportunity for people to stand up and to make a difference, and to have seen the leaders and people inspiring each other, to give out a helping hand to people in need. And I think both of us have a big responsibility with that. And I think we'll touch on that a bit later, how we're going to try and make a difference together.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think obviously they are comparing this, or even, putting this across as even a worse situation than the World War. So we have no idea what happened back then. It would have been crazy for people who experienced that, but and for some people it's been so tough because we're just not used to listening or doing the correct thing. It's a bit sad to see as well when people don't follow one vision, one goal, and it can make such a huge difference. I mean, people understand that today, that if everyone gets together and work in the right direction, special things can happen. Things can come back to normal sooner than what people might ever.
I can compare that. I can actually compare that to cricket a lot. I think you'll relate with the fact that definitely in my career, very often you feel like you're a million miles away from achieving anything. And basically that never say die attitude, never giving up, pushing harder. Before you know it, things happen so quickly and so dramatically that you look around and you go, like, hold on, I've just achieved something that no one else in the history has achieved before. And I think you can say that quite a bit about yourself and your stats. But we as cricketers, we never look at our stats that often, but look at careers. If we just push on for a bit longer, they might not seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel, but before you know it, doors open up and the light comes through.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think as sportsmen or sportswomen, it teaches us a lot to keep bouncing back. That's something that is ingrained in us. And that should come on the surface for everyone. And we can totally relate, apart from all the things that we do from a financial side of things, helping people and charities and stuff. But apart from that, I think it's the motivation. It's touching the right emotion in people that really brings out the best in them. And that's something that we...
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know if you're the same, but it almost feels like your hands are tied in these times. We want to do a lot, but you're locked up in your house. And I think from a mental freshness point of view and staying positive, it's important not to be too hard on yourself. Try and give a hand where you can, but don't pull yourself down when you feel like you're not changing the world in one day. It takes time, and every little bit helps. So certainly for me, I felt like, I've had a big following because of my cricket over the years, and I'm not doing enough. I tell my wife every night, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And then she gives me the peace of mind, like, just stay patient. You are actually, I'll remember that guy, remember this, you are helping. And I think if you're patiently doing something positive every day, the big sum will eventually be something special.
I totally agree with you. I think, and not everyone has to publicize it. Not everyone has to put it out there and, show the world what I'm doing or what not.
100%.
Unfortunately, that's the kind of validation everyone's seeking. But you have to choose to live life in the right manner, and you have to choose to do the right thing. And as you said, Danielle is your pillar of strength for me in my life. Anushka is definitely that person who always pushes me in that direction. If anything is off, any kind of great life partner and great people around us. And yeah, I've seen you impact people in a way that it's very different. It's very special. It's not out there. It's not for the world to watch, but the things you say to people, the way you come across, you treat them, certainly makes an impact on them. And I've seen that inside the change room. And I was just thinking from that note, I remember the first time we met after you were picked up by RCB. I remember it was in Johannesburg, and we came down the tunnel. You guys were finishing practice, or yeah, correct. You guys were finishing practice. We were just starting ours, and I came and said hello, and I said we're going to be playing together, and you were like, I'm excited for that. It was a very brief chat. Didn't know so many years after what 9. Wonderful. It's been wonderful to create a lot of memories.
It's an interesting story because it's a very human thing to do. Is when you hear about someone for quite a few years, and about you has told me a lot about you leading up to. I mean, I think you were 18, 19, 20 when you started playing for RCB, and about you would tell me about you, and having known you for 3 years but never met you, never meeting you in that time. You sort of, it's a human thing to sort of put a bit of defense around yourself, you know. Yeah. So I remember walking up the tunnel, and even though I said hi, my defenses were definitely up. Like, hold on, I don't quite trust this guy yet. I've heard a lot about him. I've seen the hair, I've seen the style. I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
But it didn't take me long to get to know you a bit better and to see that human side. Where if that didn't happen, and for a lot of people, I don't think everyone gets to enjoy the human side of them. You just see this image. But anyway, there's a good spirit inside of your body, and Biscuit, we all have a lot of respect for you and everything you've achieved.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's enough for that.
Yeah, it's a bit emotional. RCB shared a picture of the first game that I played for RCB, and now it's been surreal. You've been here 9 years yourself, and it's been so amazing to actually look back and think. For a lot of people, it's all about, obviously we want to achieve the ultimate goal for our dream together. But I was just thinking, looking back at this journey, I was like, and we just sat down and spoke about it. I was like, there is no way in any scenario that I can ever think of leaving this team because of the journey we've had, because of the love and the care, the franchise. To have that loyalty with Bangalore, with RCB, it's been quite surreal. I don't know what you feel about it, but I just got this emotion. I was like, man, till the time I'm playing IPL, regardless of how we play, I am never leaving this team. There is no chance in any situation that I'm going to play for anyone else.
Not everyone is as sure of staying in a side as you are. So if I want to stay there, so that's really pushed me, and obviously the fans. But it is crazy when you look back, and that I want to touch on. It's something that's on my mind a lot. Is how people harp on stats and hundreds and big performances, and as nice as that is, every time I look back on memories of the IPL or playing for South Africa or any team for that matter, you think of relationships and connections and friends, and you don't really. Yes, in the back of my mind, hey, I played a nice. Ever give away. I want to be in Bangalore for that for I don't know how many years to come. So hopefully the IPL will happen this year. We'll see what happens.
We will definitely have something because things are moving in the right direction, and it's actually quite amazing because when people get back from this, when things are back to normal, I don't see things getting back to normal in the same manner that they were before everything happened. I think there are going to be a lot of changes. Lot of discipline has to be shown by people everywhere, is what I'm thinking. People have to respect guidelines and rules and all that. That surely, I think, is going to be our future. But whenever people come back to watch games, or the players come back to play, there's going to be such different energy and pure enjoyment. Because what I've seen in this phase is there are a lot of times when you get egoistic and you think I'm doing this or I'm doing that. In reality, you're controlling nothing. No one can do anything in the current situation. Help those who are in need, and that's all. We should be so grateful that we are able to sit in comfortable environments at a stage where so many people are struggling for food. And it really puts things in perspective. When you don't have control of anything, you can't even get out of your own house. How can we claim to do something and make something happen? All we can do is just enjoy and just have a good attitude and give everything that we have. And I think it's drastically going to change the enjoyment part of things for a lot of people. People are going to stop getting so serious about their own games or results and all that sort of stuff. I think that pure love for everything is really going to come up on the surface. I don't know if you agree or not, but that's something I feel might help.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that's something that I've become more aware of because of this pandemic is the hunger there is around the world. It's huge, and it breaks my heart. I don't know how to deal with it. That people are suffering, that they can't get food on the table. I mean, it really gets to me. So my focus has been on that quite a lot, and those are the kind of causes that I've been supporting. Is really just trying to get food on tables, and in people's hands. And I can't think of anything worse than not being able to give your family food. So that's been my focus, and certainly for the rest of my life, I'll try and make a difference when it comes to that. Obviously, different areas as well, but I think that's quite a big problem we have.
Yeah, I think nothing. I don't think there's anything greater than that. Nothing hurts you more than seeing people just struggling for a meal. And as I said, for the daily wage workers, it was all about working one day, making sure there's enough food, and then continuing the same life for a lot of people. And we must all respect that. We must all help when we are in a situation that we can. Definitely, we should help. And it's so amazing that you are thinking on those lines. You're doing the same stuff. Me and Anushka are helping a lot. We have helped a lot as well. And look, these are the things that you can do as human beings. And it's not to get satisfaction for yourself out of it, but really understanding the other person's situation and the condition they might be in, and just help without anything in return. Nothing of no expectation of any sort. But listen, are you thinking of doing something about it? When I spoke to you yesterday, you were mentioning something that you wanted to bring up, but you didn't tell me about it. So please.
Yeah, I'll get to that. And we've had a few good, nice knocks together that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. So there was a particular one in 2016 against the
I understand why you told me yesterday that get a bat and a pair of gloves for that game. Nah. Okay, go on. This is interesting.
If I can remember correctly, I got 120 odd, 129, I think, and you also got your 100 right at the end, where happen every day. The two batters get 100. in the same game. It was also the green game, which was a very special memory for me, where we did our bit in creating a bit of awareness for being eco-friendly for nature, which is very close to my heart. I know it's also close to your heart. And then I was just thinking that how can we make a difference? And that's why I told you to get hold of that bat that you used in that game, because I know you keep your bats. I keep my bats as well. And I've still got the shirt of that game, and I always do it with the green games. I get yourself and a few guys to sign, but that particular game, I just got you to sign, and I also signed my shirt. So I've got the shirt, I've got my bat, and I'm going to get hold of your bat and your gloves and my gloves. So now that's a big package, eh?
What are you doing with it?
The plan is to get it on an online auction platform where I know there are a lot of collectors around the world that wouldn't mind your bat particularly, but I'll throw mine in there as well as a little bonus.
Right. Let's get the modest version out. Come on.
I think it could be a nice collector's item from that day with the kit, the green kit. We both shared a photo of that game.
Wow, that's special. Yeah.
So, and then people can go there and bid. I mean, and all the proceeds will go for the COVID-19 issue that we have, but particularly for a cause that supports getting meals on people's tables. And I was thinking of sharing the proceeds with you so we can get it in India and South Africa, 50-50. And then we both support in our scores of getting meals on the table in memory of that day that we both scored 100 in a game, which is quite nice.
That sounds amazing, to be honest. The fact that you also want to loved international cricketer ever in India. I sent you a picture of a guy riding a bike a few months ago with your t-shirt, if you remember. So quite special, quite an amazing gesture from you. And I've actually got the stuff that you asked me with the wear and tear. So I can show people the stuff that I used. That season was so special. I've kept most of the things from that season because I don't think ever in my life will I be able to score that many runs in a single season. So I made sure that I stacked everything up, and that's the bat I used. So these things, but yeah,
I've got there's the shirt I used that day.
I remember that logo.
Yeah, and we both signed there, if you can see.
Wow, yeah, I remember. Sweet.
That's quite cool. And then I've got my bat. I was still using Kookaburra at the time. So there she is.
Wow, I remember that as well.
I wish I could hit a few more in that area there.
You can wake up from your sleep and hit it in the middle.
But anyway, so everyone listening, those of you who like to collect, even if you don't like to collect, go onto a platform called Bid or Buy. It's a South African platform, but you can bid on it globally, and we'll courier the items to you. It might say the bidder on Instagram, and we'll courier it straight to your doorstep, and we can put messages on there, personalize it the way you want it. Myself, it's my bat, my playing shirt from the day, Virat's bat, and both pairs of gloves that we both used on the day. Yeah.
That's quite amazing. Are you going to share the link on Instagram and Twitter?
I will put everything on there. I'm just going to get everything together. I've registered an account. I've also registered my foundation trust. It's a non-profit organization. And once the funds come into my trust, I'll reporting in both in India and South Africa.
And make sure that the stuff reaches the people who are in total need of it right now. So listen,
I know it's tough. I know it's tough times around the world, so it's not going to be easy to pay a lot of money for this. But just rest assured that it's going to get into the right hands, and it's going to feed a lot of hungry people. So whoever feels like they want to bid for this, please be generous and be kind, and support us.
Absolutely correct. You might see a few surprise bidders in there as well. You never know.
So before we started to chat, I shared a picture on my story.
Yeah, I
It
saw
was
just now. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, Praveen Kumar was bowling around this area, and as I hit it, I didn't feel the ball on bat, and I couldn't believe the ball was traveling that far down to find the fine leg area. And it's amazing that a photographer actually caught that moment exactly there where I was like surprised, and you also going.
I've never seen something like that happen on the cricket field, and my reaction was pure organic. I mean, I've never seen a low full toss being hit out of the stadium over sort of 45, not exactly fine leg, but that angle is just impossible to create. I don't know how you made it happen. And I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like that on the cricket field. But I clearly remember, that whole season, that game. It was pure magic. All the guys that are involved in that season as well, um, they still remember it. Those who are not even playing right now for RCB, they still remember it. And it was just the camaraderie, the friendships, that
It's
love
weird.
the IPL.
It's weird how life works. So it honestly felt meant to be for us to win that season, especially the way we won that semi-finals. We were like 4 down or something. We pulled it out of nowhere, and we headed into the final so confident nothing was going to stop us. And such is life in sport. It doesn't always go your way. But goodness gracious me, it can go our way sometime soon. I wouldn't mind.
I still remember that final. Chasing, I don't know, 218 or something like that. And we were 109 overs, me and Chris.
Wow.
And I played that horrendous shot after getting to 50. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, we needed 60 odd of 40 balls. And I was like, how did we end up, messing that up? But
I still see, I promise you, I still see, his last one was Bippel, I think, he bowled to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see the ball sometimes at night. I lie awake in bed and I see some memory on the TV of IPL and I think, hey, you remember that final? De Villiers, what were you thinking?
Yeah,
but you know what? They played a good season. To be fair, they put pressure on us because they were the best death bowling team of the tournament, and I felt the pressure going a bit earlier than normal because Bhuvi and them were landing the Yorkers, and I felt, you know what, this left arm has got to go because I might not get either balls in the next 30 minutes. So, but I wish I played it differently. A knock over extra cover would have been smarter, I think. Anyway, such is life.
Well, such is life. Absolutely.
Chip in and I'll let you speak for too long, but we're all so happy that you found her. That one season before you guys met, I think we hit about 2 billion balls in the nets, and now at least someone can get you away from the cricket stadium for a change. And you always had me pulled along. Come, Abes, let's go hit some balls. And I'm like, oh, this guy's never going to stop, is he? And then Anushka came, and now there's a balance. There's a bit of meditation. We chat. We have meals in the restaurants, and we still eat a lot of cricket balls. But we are so grateful.
Look, the passion is always going to be there. It's meant to be for you. Things fall in perspective by themselves, and you start believing that it's not all about just being obsessed about one thing. It's about being passionate, but love is always going to be the most important thing in life, and everything else follows, and everything has to run in a balance. So I couldn't be more grateful that I found her, she found me, and things are just meant to be.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I remember your proposal as well, Taj Mahal.
Which is amazing. It's really cool. But what I wanted to say, it's amazing what an influence people can have in one's life. And we're speaking about our life partners now, but growing up, there's a lot of people that shaped my career that no one knows about. I mean, you think of parents, and you think of, I think of someone like Gary Kirsten, who had one session with me when I was 19, and I'll never in my life forget that. I'll never forget the words he said. But that's the kind of impact level.
Yeah, that's
But
a totally different conversation when you talk about your life partner. But I agree, in sport, in our careers, I can remember a few people, sort of growing into my career. Gary was obviously the first coach that I interacted with when I entered the Indian team, and he gave me just positive advice. And I used to have a problem of my front foot falling too far across, and I used to speak to him about it. And then he would say, "Your head's good. You're not getting hit on the pad, so why are you worrying about your front foot?" So the positive feedback is what really helped me always, and it was just a way to look at things. And pre Gary, in the IPL, when Bouch kept telling you, Mark Boucher kept speaking, that when I come to India 4 years from now to do commentary and I don't see you playing on the field, I'd be the most disappointed man in the world if I don't see you playing for India. And I played in 3 months' time, but he used to take me into the RCB nets with a tennis ball and a racket and make me practice bouncers and short balls at that stage. He told me, if you want to play international cricket, you have to play the short ball, otherwise forget about it. So he had the vision then. That was quite special. Then Duncan Fletcher, keen eye for the game. Amazingly got along well with him. Taught me so many things. There have been so many people, whose contributions are neglected, overlooked, but
trend is the same. It's someone, they don't use a lot of words, but they just plant a seed in your head that you could possibly do something special one day. And it's more the people that make you dream. But there are naturals like a Gary Kirsten, and I think of high school coach Dion Boertes, Dennis Lindsay, Colin Detmer. I've worked with so many guys, Grant Morgan, that just plant a little bit of a seed that make you think, hold on, this guy he thinks that I could go all the way, And then you want to prove him right. Instead of proving someone wrong, you want to prove people right. And that's the big difference in mindsets when someone believes in you. And that's the kind of captain you are as well, whether you knew it or not. But your players want to prove you're right. Because you're Virat Kohli, as a player, I feel like, you know what, I'm letting him down if I'm not scoring runs. You want to do something special for a leader, and it takes a trick to become such a leader,
Yeah, look, I obviously took time to figure it out, but the only thing I felt like was the most sensible thing to do is empower people around you. Because when you empower people around you, they become the best version of themselves, and eventually it helps the team that you've been given the responsibility for. But in life as well, they realize themselves, and then they're able to lead their lives in the right manner as well. Around them, like myself or you as a senior. But I want to see guys coming into their own, youngsters coming in, having a 500-600 run season in the first or second season, coming into test cricket. Don't worry about the guy who's played 100 tests. If you have a good mindset in your second or third test, you can get a 150. So, these kind of norms is something that I don't believe in, and I want people to break those norms and really become the best version of themselves. And that's where the fun is. Sometimes I think people have too much regard and respect for systems and how traditions have been working and all that sort of stuff in sport. But I think when you break the shackles is when you do something special, and then people can relate to that and learn from that.
You see, the thing is, Biscuit, 90% of the things I achieved in my career, whether it's good or not, I honestly didn't believe it's possible. I swear. And it takes one or two little positive things and people in your life that just make you push a bit further, and you look back and you go like, how the heck did I just do that? How did you score 1,000 runs in an IPL season? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. Did you ever think that's possible? There's only 16 games or 14 games, and how do you score 1,000 runs? Come on, man.
No, you can't. You can't think about it again and again. Things are just meant to be. You have to respect them. You have to give everything that you have, and that's all you can do. And I was thinking about it. You spoke about RCB and having been so close, and people love to, take a dig at us. Love to make fun of the franchise and all that sort of stuff. That's all fair. That's a choice people have. The one thing that stands out for me and that'll always be special be about the love for the game, giving everything that we have, not be obsessed with results, be determined, but not be
Sure.
obsessed for results. And that's all we can do. And, eventually the silverware or these numbers or nothing like that is going to stay behind you. All that you can always leave behind is the impact you had on people and how many people were you able to inspire. Obviously, you want to achieve, you want to win trophies, you want to score runs, all of that. But it shouldn't become such an obsession in your life that if that doesn't happen, you can't move forward.
Sure.
And that's why I will always and always be here, just playing for RCB, doing well for RCB, just for the love with the fans and be able to inspire people. And that for me is always going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, spot on. I don't know. I'd be probably going to answer a couple of questions from the fans. I see a couple of my friends asking me if there's alcohol in my drink. It's just a glass of water, guys. Relax, please. Am I talking that much nonsense? I thought I'm talking some sense here.
No, the other day I was speaking to KP and he was drinking water in a beer glass and he got so excited. He was like, "Oh, water in a beer glass. KP sir, you're a legend." I was like,
you know what?
Beer glass and you take off.
Talking about Virat Kohli. 8:00 in the morning SA time. And I go like, what is he doing at 4 a.m. in India?
Have you seen his TikTok videos?
He gives me a video call and I'm like, no, man.
Oh my word. You should go and check out Yuzvendra Chahal TikTok videos.
Oh, really?
You will not believe that this guy is playing international cricket and he's 29 years old. Just go and look at his videos. He's an absolute clown. He's such a lovely guy.
While we're chatting, I just want the guys to ask some questions, and we'll answer as many as we can. Can you see your feed coming up?
I only see hello.
Yeah.
Love struck. AB. Love you, AB sir. 17 and 18 together.
Let's count. Let's count how many people love me and how many love you. I hope I win.
I can only see AB everywhere, honestly.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm ahead. No, we'll hopefully get a cricket or a live or whatever question you want to ask, and then if I see one or you see one, we'll. Yeah. In the meantime, how old are you now, Biscuit?
I'm working twice as hard now.
We have to.
It says one question says favorite innings against each other.
Oh my word.
I know yours.
What's mine?
Bloody Mumbai when you smashed us all over the place. 400 and I don't know how many.
Yeah, that was one of my best knocks, ODI knocks of my life.
No, but what's your favorite? What's your favorite?
No, I honestly, against any team or against you guys?
No, against India and mine against South Africa. I will mention them.
No, mine was definitely Wankhede Stadium, the final. It was 2-2 in that series. It was a good series. And we've always wanted to win a series in India. It was a big. I was very motivated. I think if I'm not mistaken, we've come up. What year was it? It was 2016, huh?
It was 2015. 2015.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
So we were very motivated. It was after the World Cup, I think, and we were very disappointed with that.
Yep.
And but I was. We had some youngsters in the team as well that I felt I needed to inspire as a leader. We had a very strong senior group, and that particular day it was 2-2. I felt we played better cricket in the series, and we should have clinched the series before then. But we opened up the door, and it went to Mumbai, and obviously the odds were against us. Batting first there, Wankhede, it was a great wicket. I think you'll recall that. If we didn't get 400 plus, if we got 350, I think you guys would have got it. So we just batted well and created a couple of amazing partnerships. I think Faf got 100 as well, and Quinton. It was Quinton you got 100 early on, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a very special.
You got out in the 45th over. Otherwise, we would have been chasing 500. Bloody hell! I can't forget that game. Mine would be. Well, 2013 first test in the test series when I got 120 and 95 in the second innings. I got out to JP. I can't believe it. Second innings, '95 at Johannesburg, caught behind, you were keeping. Bloody hell. It's my favorite because you bowled at me as well, and I didn't get out to you. And
Oh
that
my
was
word, I
obviously.
bowled. I've kept wicket for the entire test match. My legs were so numb. And the next minute, Graham tells me, "Are you ready to bowl a few overs?" I'm like, "Captain, are you?" I've always been up for the challenge when it comes to bowling. But oh my word, I had a funny action that time as well. I was trying to do, but I knew you were. I knew you didn't want to get out to me, so it was.
Oh, I was so nervous. You know why it was special? Because I was playing with you for RCB. I had played against Dale for RCB. Dale was at his peak, 2013. He was going at me. He was right at me. We were batting first. I remember it was the first morning. We were about 30 for 2 at lunch, and we came out after lunch. And Dale was just bowling bouncers at me, and he kept chipping away at me. And I pulled one, and I beat Hashim at deep square leg. He couldn't move to his left. And after that, Dale didn't say anything to me. But that was amazing. He kept having a go at me. And to be able to play against people that you know so well, your friends, but still have that, competitive spirit is always a great thing. But I think the IPL has helped immensely in that, just the mutual respect.
I mean, it's not everybody who can score 100 the Wanderers on a green top with our bowlers running in there. If you score 100 there, especially batting first, the ball moves around in the morning there. If you've got to stick around for an hour and a half to really earn the right to start feeling like, you know what, I'm starting to get to understand the conditions and what's required to score big runs here. And you've had it unbelievably well that day. I mean, that whole test series, I mean, you were amazing. And you were part of the guys, obviously Sachin and a few others, but you were part of a big change, I feel, in Indian cricket, where the batters started playing the short ball better, and they started doing special stuff everywhere around the world, People were very quick to say early on, like 10, 15 years back, South Africans can never score hundreds in India, Indians can never score hundreds in England or South Africa, and that whole thing has changed. And I feel it's more of a level playing ground these days, where all batters are adapted to score hundreds everywhere in the world. Dale Steyn went to India and got a 10-fer. I mean, where was it? I think Hyderabad. No, it wasn't Hyderabad. Where was it? Anyway, somewhere.
It was Nagpur.
Nagpur, yes. I mean, it's one of the fattest wickets in the world, and it takes turns sometimes. Never mind, you can't come as a seamer there and take 10. But those kind of things started.
I think the one thing that's changed now with the IPL is, thanks, my love. One thing that changed now with the IPL is, the guys have become so confident of their own abilities. And the reason why it's a level playing field now is because obviously you understand the strengths and weaknesses of all players you play with globally first. And secondly, the bowling attacks have become so good now that you can go and take 20 wickets anywhere in the world. And I think that makes it much more exciting to play, because when you go play a series, whoever plays better or whoever bats better wins that series. And that's been the case in the last 5-6 years. That's the trend I've seen.
I've got a very interesting question for us. And I think the way we're going to do it, people asked who's the best 11 in the world. Pick your world team. So I think we go through it where we each get a chance. So I'll go opening bat 1, you go opening bat 2, I'll go batter number 3, you go 4. Okay. And it can be from any era, but I mean, I'm not going to go too far back. Okay, shall we go for it?
Oh my word, let's do our era itself. Let's not go further back.
Okay.
Let's do the last 7-8 years.
Okay, I like that. It's tough because we haven't thought of it, and I'm going to forget people, and some of my friends might call me up and go like, "Why am I not on the team?" Okay, ODIs or Test matches?
ODIs.
ODIs. Okay, opening bat. Sure. It's a very tough one. Okay, I'll go Sachin, number 1.
Opening batsman, I'd go Rohit.
Okay, Sachin and Rohit opening. Are we just going to go India, South Africa to save ourselves? Okay, you believe it or not, but you're at number 3. Well done.
Okay, you're at number 4. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, thank you very much, Virat. Now we're going to have to start thinking about some all-rounders. Jock Ellis at number 5. But we might change the batting order up depending on what kind of wickets we're playing. Sometimes Jake's my bat at 3, you go to 4, I go to 5. Fair enough.
Actually, let's do India, South Africa. You're correct.
Okay, I'm happy. 6?
Yeah, Jaskal is 5. I would go UV at 6.
Okay, so now we have a left arm spinner and we have an all-round seamer. Okay, so we don't need another all-rounder really. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, we can. We can go another. Well, I can take the gloves, eh? Well, what about MS?
Of course, you have to bring in MS.
The finisher.
MS at 7, I would say.
And some games I think MS might bowl a couple of overs as well. Watching him warm up every game. Okay, 8.
8. Think of a 8, 9, spinner? 10, 11. With the 4 left. A spinner. For me, the spinner would be.
It's Imran, Jadu, Ravi, Ashwin. Kumble.
I would say in ODIs, I would say Jadeja as the left arm.
Okay, Jadu at 8.
Yeah, Jadu at 8. Then we could do Jadu probably in the squad, but push in an off spinner in there.
We love you, but we're just gonna go. We're gonna go a different spinner because UV's already there as a backup.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yes. Offie, I would go then. If you speak about one day,
it can be a leg spinner as well. It can be Yuzi, it can be Kuldeep, Imran Tayyar. There's a lot of legs. Although Imi will bat at 11, so I don't know. Good luck.
It's such a difficult squad to pick. Okay, let's put in both leg spinners. Let's put in Imi and Yuzi. Let's put in the Chinaman as well.
Okay, but hold on now. We're still at 8.
Let's go.
Who's at
Yuzi
8?
At 8. Yeah.
Okay, Yuzi at 8. Then I'm picking 9. So just slow down.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go Dale Steyn at 9. Okay, hold on. It's either Dale, Mornay, or Kagiso.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. I'll get a number 11 as well. So I'm gonna go Dale at 9.
You know what? I'll tell you something. We'll go Dale Steyn, Jasprit Bumrah, and Rabada.
I think we agree on that. Even though Mornay had a fantastic, Mornay has been unbelievable as well, but
play with. So we will have a squad of 30.
Oh my word, it's tough. Fielding coach Jonty Rhodes. Who's our coach?
Coach would be Gary.
Okay, Gary, coach. Okay, I'm happy. It's enough. We're gonna get ourselves into trouble.
Gary's worked with all of these people. Yeah,
that's true. He'll understand everyone's games.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. No more picking squads for that.
Sorry.
But listen, one. I think this will be a good question to end our chat with. We were worried about how we're gonna go through this chat, but I see that we've been going great guns, and it's been amazing. But one question that I saw. Okay, someone mentions captain. I think MS captain sorted as well. I'm
happy with that. I've never played under him, but I've always had the world of respect for him. The way he handles himself on and off the field. I mean, he's always calm. He knows the game well, so I'm happy with that.
Proper. Okay, the one question that I saw was, explain your friendship in one word. Define it.
Timeless.
Why did I let you go first? Okay. Our friendship, I wouldn't say one word. I would just say based on trust.
Yeah.
That's all. Because when we bat together as well, we don't even call. We just run to. We don't even speak about the game. It's all fun and games.
There's too many words. Trust, authentic, unique, timeless.
Absolutely.
I'm happy.
It's amazing every time.
Thanks, Biscuit. Okay. It was good fun chatting. We'll do it again at some stage. People, just before we go, remember the platform is called Bid or Buy, but I'm going to post it. And here's my bet. Here's my shirt. Virat stuff is there. And we'll get it posted to you. Please be kind and generous.
Listening to our banter, our chats, our experiences together. AB, stay safe. Enjoy time with family. Give my love to the kids and Danielle as well, and everyone else out there. Please stay safe. Follow what's been told. We'll be through this sooner than we think, but all we need is a positive attitude. So God bless everyone. Take care. Thanks, Biscuit, and I'll see you very soon.
Thanks for your time, Virat. Just quickly from our side
Cheers.
as well. Thanks for listening, people. And as Virat said, stay safe. I can't wait for the IPL. Let's hope it happens this year. I've been working incredibly hard in the gym, and that's basically all I can do. But we're going to be ready. And for all the RCB fans, we can't wait to connect with you people again. And everyone in India, thanks for listening. All the South